Warner, certified by Weather Rates for the most accurate forecast in the Ozarks.
You know, earlier this morning, it really wasn't too bad outside here in Springfield. We had a lot of cloud cover. Temperatures were in the 70s. But once the clouds thinned out, temperatures shot back up through the 80s and into the 90s. And we're looking at hot and quiet weather over southwest Missouri, northwest Arkansas. There are some points of interest, though. You can see this little band of showers right there, but I also want to point out this feature. You can see this green line. That's actually a boundary, and north of that boundary, it's quite a bit cooler than south of that boundary, and that boundary will serve as a focus for at least the possibility of an isolated shower storm heading into the evening hours. Looks like we've got one of those just to the southwest of Nevada, and we could find a little bit of development from Stockton east over toward Lebanon. Another favorite spot would be here along and east of Highway 63. Again, that would be heading into the evening hours. This morning, we had a big wave of rain and thunderstorms that set up from, say, back in northeast Kansas near the Topeka area, east across Henry County and Benton County, areas like Lake of the Ozarks getting some much needed rainfall, and that band of rain extended across Pulaski County and into Dent County. There were areas within this stripe that picked up 1, 2, locally as much as 3 inches of rainfall. You can see some of our reporting sites reporting as much as about 1 inch in Fort Leonard Wood. And man, you see that kind of rain and it's just so close, you can almost smell it. But we didn't get any of that here in Springfield. We didn't get any of that across southern Missouri or northern Arkansas. We're going to have to wait for our turn, and we desperately need that rainfall. In Springfield, we've seen about 1/10 of an inch of rainfall so far for the month of July, and if that's the way we ended the month, that would set a new record, driest July on record here in Springfield. You can see the next one would be 2012 with 1/3 of an inch. But we've still got about a week to go before the end of this month, and we're looking at a much better pattern in terms of cloud production and rain production and cooler temperature production developing later this week and through this upcoming weekend. As far as getting back to the pattern for tonight and tomorrow, again, that boundary acting as a dividing line between really weather that's not too bad to the north and scorching heat to the south. And it looks like that boundary is going to be lifting back to the north a little bit into Tuesday. So more real estate is going to be impacted by scorching heat on Tuesday. And we're also going to be looking at feels like temperatures back up around 105, if not greater, over much of southern Missouri and in northern Arkansas. And that's why we have a heat advisory in effect for those areas. Overnight tonight, if we will see another round of rain and thunderstorms setting up, but it looks like it's going to be further north up toward I-70. But we'll still find likely some showers slipping south into places like Clinton and Warsaw and Lincoln and maybe Eldon over toward Lake Ozark into the Vienna area. This through 7 o'clock on Tuesday morning. That pushes out. Clouds thin out, and we're looking at another blisteringly hot day across most of the area on Tuesday. Then Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, we'll see another band of rain and thunderstorms set up. That one looks to be further south, more in line with what we found this morning. And I think some of that rain will get into areas along Highway 64. It too fades, and we find another hot afternoon across the area. 77 for a low tonight, high tomorrow of 102. The record in Springfield is 101 tomorrow. Looking at Wednesday, a little better, but not much, 97 for the high. But the pattern does get better for the back end of this week and into this upcoming weekend, because we're going to find more of a trough setting up over the eastern United States. That's going to give a stronger cool front more of a push across the area where it will then stall over northern Arkansas, and that will be a good setup for multiple waves of showers and thunderstorms to end the week and through this upcoming weekend. Now, we're not going to see rain across all of the area every one of those days, but everybody should get a shot at some rainfall. And when all is said and done, through Monday, it looks like most of the area will have seen between 1 and 2 inches of rainfall, and certainly we could see some even higher totals. And maybe more importantly, although I think with things as dry as they are, I don't know if it's more important, but I think folks will still enjoy it nonetheless. We're going to go from highs in the upper 90s and low 100s to highs in the low to mid 80s for Friday through this weekend. So what a big, turn of events we're going to find over the next 7 days.
I am so excited. It's going to be such a nice change from 100, 100, 100.
And I'm curious to see how much our yards will try to bounce back after the scorching heat and drought that we've had to endure. How quickly they try to green back up.
I'll be honest, I've enjoyed not having to mow as much.
It's been nice.
So the rain will make that the opposite situation.